What is good, y'all boys and girls? I was just thinking about something, an idea that I felt was important to share with more people out there. I was There's a lot of detail to how I was thinking, and I kind of wanted to share as much of it on here to see if anybody else will resonate or could get something from the idea to change their perspective on the way they see life. So I'm thinking of titling this video As Within, As Without Part 2. So it's like a deeper dive into how I was thinking about that. But I am always was, when I was going through school, was very interested in science and how you could really break things down to explain complicated ideas. So that's what I'm going to try and do my best to do right now. And at the same time, promote a message I think everyone needs to at least respect at the end of the day. I'm not telling you to do anything. I want to give a perspective to the people who are meant to understand it or understand it. Better choice of words. But the reason why I'm thinking of titling it As Within, As Without Part 2 is because at the end of the day, with that simple phrase, you can understand in the sense of everything is energy. We are organisms composed of organ systems, which are composed of organs, which are composed of tissues, which are composed of cells, which are composed of organelles, which are composed of atoms, which are composed of subatomic particles, protons and electrons, which it goes down even further, but at the end of the day, it's just energy. So that's the importance of the message. So bear with me, because I want to put as much detail as I can into it to really help as much people as I can understand the importance of the message. And it's not just like some peace and positivity, because those things are important, but there's always a deeper. I just need to get to it. Anyways, so we can see the basic understanding of as within, as without. If your energy is right, your energy will affect your subatomic particles, which affect your atoms, which affect your organelles, which affect your cells, which affect your tissues, which affect your organs, which affect your organ systems, and then the overall organism. That's why I was making profound statements, or just like, no, I won't even say profound, but like 5-day fast, like really showing you guys, practicing what I'm living, to treat the organism, the temple, in high regard, and only bringing in positive vibrations so that the temple can vibrate positively. Now, as within, as without, or just the microcosm being a replication of the macrocosm. And I was trying to explain this to my brother, but anyways, everything being vibration, which is energy. If we as a people, living creatures, just living creatures in general, are vibrating highly, as within, as without, we are, and not a lot of people may agree with this, but we have a connection with nature. And if you go out into nature, it won't be long before you realize that once you're able to free yourself from the conditioning that we were put into, which ultimately was meant to take us away from nature, so we don't realize this truth. But that's also why I'm here to. At the end of the day, they just don't want us to raise our vibration. That's how we create. Yeah, stay focused. At the end of the day, if you go into nature, you will feel that connection if you're there long enough. And with that being said, nature already is vibrating highly. You can see the difference. Go into a city and then walk into a nature preserve. Tell me which one you feel better in. You feel more at peace, you feel calm, or just high vibrational, positive, and happy. And I'm speaking from experience. And again, I'm not telling you how you should feel. I'm just sharing my experience and giving my opinion based off of my experience. So everything I'm telling you to do, I've done myself. So stay focused. So that being said, take it as a hypothesis, I will say, because I'm a fan of science. My hypothesis coming into as within, as without, the microcosm being a reflection of the macrocosm. When we raise our energy and reconnect with nature, we raise the vibration of a planet. And the reason why I broke down all of the little steps that affect the organism down to the energy, subatomic particles, atoms, organelles, cells, and up, is because it's no different when we talk about the living things on the planet. Those are basically the atoms or the subatomic particles or the organelles or the cells of the macro. So if we are vibrating low, then in turn that will affect the planet. And it has for so many years in the past. That's why things were worse, and we see this great awakening, this rise in consciousness. If you guys have heard of the 3D 5D split, and I'll probably tag that because putting out a message that us vibrating in turn, if you were to think of us as the cells of the planet, has an effect on the planet. And when the planet is vibrating highly and positively, it has an effect on, my hypothesis, has an effect on the solar system. And people that study astrology, I believe in astrology very well, and it's very much due to this idea that I'm explaining here, because it just makes sense. I feel like discrediting astrology is just cutting off the macrocosm from the microcosm. That's like saying that your cells in your body don't have an effect on, or the atoms, the energy that you hold doesn't have an effect on your well-being of your organs and your tissues. Like, I don't know, it just kind of adds up to me to think that the alignment of the stars, if a protein or a cell in your body is somewhere where it's not supposed to be, or just in a certain place, in a certain position in the system, it's going to have an effect on the system. So that's why we need to raise our vibration to as within, as without. So yeah, I think that's as deep as I want to go into it. I think I was trying my best to do it detailed. Actually, what I'll end on is planet affects solar system. Solar system affects galaxy. Galaxy affects universe. If we want a high vibrating universe, or if you want to live in a high vibrating universe, you must first vibrate high. And then that can go into a conversation of dimensions, but I'm still looking within and trying to figure that out for myself. But I felt like this was a deep message that could spark an idea for somebody, and I really want to push the movement of it all starts within, and we need to, in order to change the vibration of this planet, we first need to start with the vibration and the energy that we hold and we put out into this world. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna drop a couple hashtags to kind of loop things together to help the message be understood easier. And yeah, with that said, hashtag raise the vibration. Peace and much love. I'll see you guys when I see you guys.